real quick, just a quick poll. If you had to live next to a wind power farm, would you say they were ugly or you were okay? They're pretty.
You mean like the giant fans?
Yeah, the giant white ones.
I would say they're pretty.
The opposite of that, actually.
I would say they're pretty.
I'd like living next to one.
There are people who don't like that for
Even
other
if
reasons.
you, all right, now throw
They're
in
taking away jobs.
throw in the noise, throw in the noise aspect.
Are they
are
noisy?
loud.
Are they noisy?
They are very loud.
Are they?
Yes.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah,
Are
but
they?
are they noisy?
I don't know. Look up a video of them. I mean,
What would you call? I want to call them wind turbines.
that's what they are. Like, as opposed to a steam turbine, this is a wind
enough.
turbine.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I know people who kind of like. I have a friend in school who are like, is kind of like one of those people who are like, oh, those are bad for you. Living near them
No,
has
no, no.
negative
It's
health
just that
effects. It's like nah.
the people who oppose their installation, a lot of the time, they're nearby because they say that they're ugly. I mean,
Well, I don't know. I'm talking about people who like legitimately believe there are adverse
Okay,
health
no,
effects.
but I'm just talking about
What-
people.
I'm
Like-
curious, what do they think are the adverse health effects?
From what I understand, I don't really know. That's why I was confused.
Oh.
It's like they're like, oh, they're bad for you mentally. I like my English teacher. You may know her, Miss Phillips. She is sort of hippy dippy, flower power kind of girl.
Sure.
Yes, I remember her.
Kevin, this video, like, the guy had a tripod and everything.
But basically,
Yeah.
she told us a story about how some years ago they moved her room right next to the server room for the school, and
Right.
she swears that was starting to cause, like, she said she claimed that people were getting headaches and nosebleeds more often when she moved there, and I'm like, okay, right. But it was like, it's just that kind of thing, like
Something something as random as a headache and as fleeting, it's like,
confirmation. It's just all confirmation bias.
yeah, I understand. It's just that everything can cause a headache.
Yeah,
At the
that's
same
what I'm
time,
saying.
nothing.
There's just this weird connection between believing that being near electronics or heavy industrial electronics is somehow I guess they have some sort of negative idea of electromagnetic radiation, and they
Or
kind of
if
mix
they
it
have
up with
any at
You
all.
mean like light?
no, like
I
electromagnetic
mean, do you want to
radiation.
stand next to a machine
Yeah,
that's making
not
like
light.
No, I know
it's like, I don't know. There's just a bias there. It's like
Right.
being near machines can be scary if you don't know what they are and if they're
Well,
safe.
I mean, you wouldn't. From what I understand, the way she was set up, it was like it's completely in another room behind a wall, and there were servers. They were relatively quiet, so it's like you really wouldn't notice if you didn't have it pointed out to you. Which I'd be interested to do a kind of a. She could do a double blind test or something like that.
Of course, you shouldn't correct these people when they think that they're getting headaches from electromagnetic rays, because it would spoil it for them.
That's actually a well done website. TV tropes, as opposed to
Snoops.
kind of like Know Your Meme. Kind of feels a little bit more unprofessional.
Know Your Meme's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm saying. Know Your Memes. Know Your Memes are professional because they have memes everywhere. I guess is my line of thinking. I just realized.
There's also a thing about. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say. I mean, they're not. I just mean from a web design. All the fucking ads everywhere. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
I was gonna say on the term of like electromagnetic radiation and like health effects. I was always told as a kid to not be near like microwaves.
Yeah.
Because they would mess you up. But now I know that that's not really a thing because it's not.
Not that they mess
ionizing
you up, but they
radiation.
do leak radiation.
But it's not ionizing radiation.
Correct.
It's not going to hurt you.
Correct.
It may make you warm, but it's like. And even then, they leak so little that it's not really a problem.
It's probably not for the microwaves. It's probably just from the thing
I saw
operating.
well, I mean, older microwave ovens maybe weren't that safe. I don't know.
Well, we didn't have a one.
Like, you know what they're called microwave ovens? Because they were actually the size of ovens. That blew my mind. That, like, microwaves used to be the size of your oven.
That may not be the only reason they're called ovens.
True. Well,
the
I know,
little
but they
eating
also
thing.
cook stuff. It's just I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Like you know what I mean,
That's
right?
true.
It's just
Yeah, I do.
okay.
I'm sorry.
TJ, is that you on Kevin's computer? No.
I'm channeling TJ from beyond the grave. He died just now.
How are your chakras?
Chocolates.
Oh, I gotta tell you guys, I for a while I subscribed to a YouTube channel called Spirit Science. Have you ever heard of this?
Oh no.
Is this where we can learn all about spirit animals, totems, and power animals?
Even
Oh,
worse,
God.
it's the like crazy New Age chakra stuff and Christ consciousness
Oh.
and aliens. It's ridiculous.
Hey,
And they've got it all in like
They
a
cover all of the
cartoony
bases.
style, so it's really easy to watch this nonsense.
They cover all bases.
can you guys help me with something actually?
Not to derail the
Sorry,
conversation.
Thread
kind of.
derailed. Thread derailed. Abandoned.
It's a little bit about that. It's
Okay.
Okay, so there's someone in my life who
Something completely
I've
different.
is
friend.
thoroughly against GMOs. I
Right.
want to know.
Okay.
I want to know what to say to possibly convince them otherwise, or tell them.
Oh, this is
or-
fun.
Well, I mean, I would.
I don't
First
know if
off,
they're
they're
bad.
an idiot. Tell them that.
Wow.
Start it off
Then
that
start
way.
insulting their religion.
I wouldn't say thoroughly against. I would say they dislike and believe that they're bad.
Well,
Why do they believe they're
why? Yeah.
Okay,
Why
I'm
bad?
doing a terrible job of representing their side of the argument, but it's
Sure.
like they inject poison into the seeds, and when you eat the seeds, you're eating poison, and that's bad because that's pesticides.
But that's not what they do.
They don't
really.
inject. Okay, first off, they don't inject pesticide into the seed.
Okay,
It's
they
gotta
alter
eat
the seed,
individual
right?
seed.
They alter like they just
they
make
alter
the
the
seed
genetic
more
code.
resistant.
Yeah. They just alter the
it's
genetic.
literally the same as normal breeding of these things, just faster.
Right,
Yeah.
Basically.
and
They have this weird. People have this weird idea that GMOs is like weirdly chemical and synthetic and unnatural, and it just gives kind of a bad vibe.
I mean, you could argue that they are natural, but yeah, at the same time, they're
Fair enough,
just
yeah.
as natural as picking the two fluffiest sheep and breeding
And
them
then
together.
making them kiss.
Yeah,
There was this,
exactly.
on the last day of junior year of school. It was during like testing, and I had like a free period. So I went to Taco Bell, right?
Naturally. We know
And
you.
There was this girl who was also in Miss Phillips' class, my hippy dippy class,
Sure.
and she was also super hippy dippy, named Claire, and she was like sitting there, and we were good friends. So, and she was like the only other person I knew there. So I just sat with her and we talked. But it was like she had this book of like basically astrology and like crystals and stuff like
I
that.
have a
Alright.
degree in astrology.
And I was like, I don't know, I was a little interested, so I'm like, tell me about me. So I gave her like my birthday and stuff, and she started listing off all the stuff, and it's like, oh, you're this, this, and this, and you like this, this, and this. And I'm like, I found it tangentially interesting, but at the same time, it was like, Anthony puts it well, it's like, they say things about you that's so... It's
like
so
you're a
general that it
person
can
who
be applied to
have you
anyone.
ever. Yeah, sorry to just completely interrupt
Yeah,
you.
it's like the things they say is so general and ubiquitous that it's like you could say that about anyone and anyone can go, yeah, I can see it.
If you're
And
not,
it's like,
if
it
you're not
works.
if you're looking for like, if you're trying to find meaning in what they're saying, then it makes sense. But if you just look at it just as a kind of a general, try and apply it to any person, you'll see that no matter like there've been experiments done or well, hard to call them experiments or studies, but stories people have told about like. I forget who exactly, but they were reading tarot cards in college to make extra money. Tarot cards. I said that. That's what I said.
Tarot cards.
Tarot cards. Thank you. I knew that. I knew they were called that, and I still said tarot. All right. Anyway, they're reading
That's like
tarot.
a brand of corn
They
syrup.
would
Let's
read
not go
tarot
there.
cards for people to
Okay.
get extra money on the side or whatever,
Table it.
as supplement their
Sure.
income, right? But just as an experiment, they started giving people the opposite breeding, or like just making it up, and they no matter
That's
what they
unethical.
said, it would still be they would still apply it to themselves. It's just kind
Yeah.
of, it's just like,
That's clever.
yeah.
The brain's made to look for patterns, and they'll find it even when there isn't.
I've heard that same sort of thing about the Myers-Briggs personality type indicator.
Oh god, that, yeah.
You know that?
Yeah,
Apparently, it has no predictive power, so it's
it
sort
does
of,
not, no. I could
basically a
see
horoscope.
myself, depending on how it's also, that test is so, it fluctuates so much. Like, I could take it in the morning and be one thing, and then maybe, like, I'm a little bit happier in the afternoon, or my mood changes, and I'll take it again in the afternoon, it'll be completely different.
What are we calling with generalization? What do we call that? The Tumblr thing? It's like trivializing. It's like when you trivialize someone's personality down to this one thing. It's like people are complicated.
Yeah.
It's like you can't really fit them into one box easily all the time.
I wish there was a...
What if you burn them all?
Yeah.
Is there
Or
a
if they're
good...
dead, they fit into boxes really easily.
Is there a good personality test?
Or soon to be dead.
This is the
Like-
kind of the reason
like
a
on my-
polygraph isn't submissible as evidence.
Yeah. Is there like a Myers-Briggs test that actually works?
No, I mean define works.
Various IQ tests.
There's a couple things
Okay.
that'll like generally say, "Oh, you're more of a logical thinker," or "You're more like you like to maybe
What are we
see
trying to
stuff
predict?
spelled out versus, you know, or you like to think with pictures." It's like that. It can kind of tell you that, give you like I personally like to see something written out or done versus like questions like when I say the word house, what do you see in your mind? Do you see a house? Do you see the word
Fire.
house spelled out HOUSE? Do you see
Oh.
Synthesia.
like yeah,
The color red?
yeah, you know, stuff
Or
like
a
that. Like
Piano tone.
do you see a dog?
and supposedly your answers
When you
will.
see a house, do you
do you see ink
see
blots? Like
an
what
apartment?
do you see?
Do you see your dead parents?
Do you see flashes? Because you might
That
want to
could
go
be
to the
your
hospital
personality.
because that's probably your
I
retina
mean, that's the
detaching.
whole idea behind like ink blots. It's right, like it's basically
Yeah,
nothing, right? It's just whatever you apply meaning to it, and that gives someone a little like you're tricking the psychologist is in that case would just like tricking you into assigning meaning to something, and whatever you assign meaning to might be relevant to a reason you're at the psychiatrist.
When I see those, I see absolutely nothing.
I see
So I must be very
all I
sound.
see are
Two
butterflies.
pandas high-fiving.
All I see are butterflies.
It's a,
No.
You're having delusions if you can see anything inside of them.
The only thing I think of is the thing in Fallout New Vegas where one of them very obviously looks like two pandas high-fiving, but that's not one of the options.
I see Charles Barkley's crazy.
Wow. With this whole
Time to slam now.
That's the music video with a bunch of ink blots.
You mean Gnarls Barkley, not Charles Barkley.
Oh my god. Look, I don't care. I don't even care.
I was about to say, do you watch college basketball?
What?
Charles Barkley is a college basketball analyst during March
Yeah, that's what I
Madness.
meant. He's a segment called Crazy, where he goes into the psychosis of different players.
He's the master of the chaos stuff.
I like
Thank
it,
you.
Anthony. I like the joke.
First of all, the players all have psychosis.
Hot damn! What were we talking about? I have no idea.
What
now.
was the last thing you remember?
I was gonna say something. I don't remember. It anymore.
Politics, psychology.
We were talking about the Myers-Briggs thing, and then
I'm sorry.
TJ mentioned something. No, I'm confusing it with TJ. He's the easy mistake to make.
He asked if there's any good tests out there.
Yeah. What? Oh, he left for a moment.
Sorry.
Oh, no. We'll just move on. What else should we talk about? Now that TJ's gone.
All right. What's TJ's problem?
He's got plenty of problems.
Okay. What?
Where do I begin?
All right, let's just begin.
Go. Just start. Something that begins with A. That's where you begin.
He's an asshole. when he gets back, just don't mention this.
Exactly.
Just let him hear the recording.
this is he doesn't listen to our recordings. He's too pretentious.
Oh yeah,
Okay, come on. What else?
Unless it's about vaporwave. Oh, so that was B.
Sure.
Batshit crazy.
How about
This is
okay?
the comedy roast of TJ while he's gone to the bathroom.
Alphabet roast. C. No, don't say crazy. It's like.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how offensive do you think the term Afro-American is?
These Americans
It's
that
offensive.
are wearing
It's a term for black people, African
I don't know.
Americans.
I mean, this is entirely about contextualizing everything.
Yeah, I think
mean,
that's the heart of it. You can't just say how offensive do you think X is without having any context to it.
I mean, it's the same prefix, so it's fine, I think.
It's just yeah. Well, but the thing is, Brian, you're not black, so
Yeah,
whoa.
you can't understand the
I
black
know.
experience.
Yeah,
You can't be racist against
you haven't
white
grown
people.
up in a ghetto or
I'll
whatever.
just call them racist against the Irish people, and then it'll be fine.
Yes, do that.
Because that works
You're learning.
every time.
Irish luck of the. It's like a book title.
And then I'll go to the bar, and I'll ask for their finest alcohol, and then they'll have to give it to me because I'm Irish.
Do you have like?
Say no,
Hey, Brian, do
sir,
you have like a
you've
pot
had
of gold
enough.
coins somewhere?
I do, but I'll never tell you where.
Is it by the cereal?
It's at the end of the rainbow.
Don't know.
Hey, you can't say
it's
that.
not.
But it's not a
Um,
gay thing, because the Catholic Church isn't big on that, especially in Ireland.
Hey,
So it's not a
when
gay
you say
thing.
that, when you say that's so gay, do you know what you say? Yeah,
Knock it off.
I just
Shut
said.
up, faggot.
Oh my god.
This is great.
This is such a good Maddenchat.
Stop!
I like
no,
where we've gone
Meta.
from.
You can't say Maddenchat on the Maddenchat.
I'm sorry.
It's
Do you
funny.
know how
I
many
went
times I
there.
had to edit that out of the last one? TJ was at least 3.
It's funny how we've gone from like talking about how people trivialize stuff and stuff like that to just full on saying offensive things.
That's what we're doing. We're trivializing it. It's
Yeah.
life imitating art.
Desensitizing ourselves.
Yeah, it's like it's like to boil the whole to go back to my point. Sorry, it's like to boil the whole idea of the word ghetto being offensive in some context down to don't say that it's offensive is like kind of insulting to everyone involved. It's insulting to the people who are already offended because it's like you're defending them and like what right have you got to say that, and it's insulting to the people you're accusing because they didn't really mean any harm by saying it, and I don't know, they're not stepping on anyone's toes. It's like
It's just kind of tricky because language is a very, very fluid thing. And oftentimes, if you can be taught something that is fundamentally different than what someone else has been taught in terms of just a definition of, say, like racism or
like
something.
look at faggot. Like in Brian Rose likes to say all the time, it's in the British, lexicon, it can mean cigarette. But in our lexicon,
Do they? I want to ask: is that actually still a thing? I mean, I feel like
Probably
our
not for
culture
younger
and their culture
generations.
is blended so much that they've kind of stopped saying it too.
right? And maybe not for younger generations, but people who
Older
grew
ones,
up
yeah,
with
I
that
can see
term, just as only meaning cigarettes.
I think the term fag is a lot more common than faggot. Like I'm gonna go smoke
Yeah,
a
Yeah,
faggot.
I've talked to a girl a woman who definitely refers to them as fags.
Yeah, well,
And
that's,
she is, in
that's
fact,
what
British.
I mean. Same thing. Like,
Or from the UK. I don't actually know what the difference is.
yeah, sorry, you're right.
Hey, that's racist.
We could go into the idiosyncrasies of that.
Stop. No.
Okay, no topic change yet.
Do you see what I mean, though? It's like, language is so complicated, and when you like try and put it in like specific boxes to try and like tie anyone to anything they said, like it's just kind of like, I don't know. It's really easy to misconstrue what someone said. Like Have you heard that quote, like, give me 6 sentences written by an honest man, and I will find something to hang him there? That's
I've never heard
badly
that quote.
quoted. It's like, here, I'm gonna look it up, because it's like, if you...
Hang him with the sentences?
No, it's like you could
Or,
say...
like, use it as evidence against him?
Yeah, well, yeah, you could misconstrue the words, or like someone says, like, you know, I like daffodils. You can say, like, so what? You don't like other flowers? Oh, you know, just as like, it's like you can misinterpret.
Why would you hang somebody over that?
You can give meaning that wasn't there intentionally.
Or like intentionally
Daffodils were used in an
misconstrued.
Indian clan
Yeah,
to represent
exactly.
the KKK.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know, the KKK sometimes instead of burning crosses in people's yards, they'd plant daffodils. So you can't say that word.
Heck, for you just saying that, you're pretty much one of them.
If
Oh
you
my
give
God.
me 6 lines written by the hand of the most honest men, I will find something in them which will hang him. Cardinal Richelieu. I'm saying that wrong.
Oh yeah, from
should hang him.
Richelieu? I think we learned
Richelieu.
that.
Oh no,
Oh man, it's Richelieu.
Oh, wait, I think he's already been
hanged.
Three
If
Musketeers.
he's the right Richie Lou,
Richelieu.
Spoilers.
I think, yeah. Too late.
That makes it sound like a compound name.
I'm reading his autobiography.
Richard Lewis. Hey, Richie
Well,
Lou.
that was kind of his, he was a bit of a, wasn't he a bit, corrupt? I mean, he was like the
possibly.
bishop behind
Maybe.
He was
some
made the
child
bad
king,
guy
right?
I don't remember.
in Three Musketeers, but I don't know if he was actually that cartoony villainy.
I think he was a little bit. He was
Is
like the child, well, no, he was the bishop behind the child monarch.
Like he was the father.
No, he
Or
was
like-
like the
He was
counselor.
not the father.
is
Well,
any
well, you know that situation where like there's a
vizier?
kid president, throwback.
Shout
There's
out.
like a kid king,
yeah. Go ahead.
and so like he's got like this chancellor that basically makes all of the decisions, and that was Richie Lou.
Richie Lou.
Is there any autobiography that's complete? Like, isn't by
Wow,
definition
that is deep.
an autobiography always
What
lacking?
if you write it? You finish writing it at the moment of death, or you continuously narrating it up until you die.
But what about what happens
In any
after your
case,
death?
well, you can't continuously narrate while you're dying. Really, realistically, I don't think.
like,
Well, it's
what,
an
what,
artistic
what about
interpretation.
where you were buried and what happened then?
Is that
It's like,
what is the autobiography about? The like physical matter that makes up you? Do you have to like go
no,
back?
but
to
it's
the,
like,
figure out
who
where all
comes
the
to your
hydrogen
funeral
atoms
and your
come from?
legacy and all that stuff? That's important part. Like, your
Well,
life
that's not
doesn't
going to be an
necessarily...
autobiography, is it?
Exactly. So, like...
I mean,
I
who expects that to be in an autobiography?
Well, if it's an account of a person's life,
Then after they're dead, it doesn't make a difference,
yeah,
does
but
it?
you don't necessarily. Well, okay, bear with me here.
Okay.
You don't necessarily
Okay.
stop living once you die. Okay,
Whoa.
in the sense that you can gain an immortality through your children, through ideas you passed on, through the work you've done while you're alive, like, you know, organizations people set up for scholarships and helping, you know,
Right.
orphans.
Or
Like,
important scientific
Like,
achievements.
just look at any like
or writing.
stadiums or anything built by famous people, like the Rockefeller Stadium and stuff like that.
Sure.
It's like, so that's
Or
a
the Taj
form
Mahal.
of immortality. So,
Yep.
you know, you could call that their part of their life, and so it wouldn't be part of their autobiography necessarily.
This is a looser definition than I think the creators of the term autobiography had in mind.
Oh man, I would love to meet some of the creators.
The original autobiographer.
The
No,
creators.
just like of those words, and like I'm really interested in how words come about.
I think it was
classic.
You would love
Merriam-Webster.
Shakespeare. It'd
I
be
guess
just like
I need
The
to study
dictionary
Shakespeare.
is
spitting out all sorts of
Merriam-Webster's,
nonsense. No
Actually-
one knows any
actually,
idea what
I'm
it means.
I'm studying Shakespeare next in my English class, so
Oh.
good job done.
You should
I
watch
think
Good
Shakespeare
enough.
is Sorry, I think the
Romeo plus
dictionary is
Juliet.
actually Merriam-Webster's autobiography. So
That's true.
It's all
There you
about his
go.
life.
Or like Ernest.
Yeah, his whole life.
Ernest Hemingway's 6-word autobiography. Wait,
It's just a very subjective
that's-
interpretation that you have to take.
What was his autobiography?
I'm thinking of the XKCD comic. Ernest Hemingway had that 6-word short story, "Baby Shoes for Sale, Never Worn." But there was an XKCD comic about Douglas Hofstadter that had a 6-word autobiography.
6-word autobiography.
What was it again?
6-word?
I'm so meta, even this acronym. That's
Yeah.
it. Because he was all about self-recursion.